Welcome back. We're talking to Liberal candidates all week. Christy Clark is here today. Thank you for coming on.
It's nice to be here, Randy.
Now, I think it's not in dispute that you've definitely got the populist vote going into Saturday's vote. But the question is, do you have enough of the vote going into Saturday's vote?
Well, I mean, I don't know what enough is, but we're doing really well. We've been doing a lot of polling throughout the campaign, and we started in January, and we did some in February, and we've done some more now. And this is internal polling that we do. And, you know, our numbers have been really solid. We've been north of 40% the entire time. What's been really interesting about it is that all of these politicians endorsing each other and all the insiders kind of getting together hasn't had any impact on the polling numbers.
Let's talk about that then too, because you're talking about the insiders. So all the guys that are still in running against you, still in the Liberal Party, or still in the MLAs,
yes.
in government,
in the caucus.
In the caucus. If you are elected premier, how is that going to be going to work with these people again, being their leader? You've called them outsiders. You've kind of dismissed them and said time and time again, it's time for change. It's going to be hard to waltz in there, I guess, for lack of a better word, and lead them. Well,
you know, I've talked to all of the caucus members now. All of them say, Christy, if you get elected, we'd be happy to work with you. All of them say that, which is great, right? But I think, you know, each candidate is going to have a challenge in doing this. For me, the upside is I'm going to get to choose the best and the brightest for my cabinet. Kevin, I think you pretty much know who his cabinet's going to be. They're all the guys that were there before. Those are the ones that have endorsed him. George, you know who his cabinet's going to be. They were all the guys that were there before, but weren't in cabinet before. For me, I'm going to get to choose among them, which I think is probably going to be an asset.
And don't you think the best and brightest are pretty much in caucus right now?
Well, no, I mean from amongst the caucus, absolutely. I mean, that's a great team of people, and I'll be choosing the best and the brightest for the right jobs, not based on whether or not they endorsed me, not based on whether or not they promised to do something public, you know, because we've got some deal. I will choose people based on whether or not I think they can do the job. And I think that that's going to be really important in putting together a great cabinet. It's a great team of people to choose from. I'm really lucky in that respect.
I want to mention, first of all, it's telling me that you're on today. Today is Pink Shirt Day.
Yes.
Anti-bullying day. You're the one who brought this to BC 4 years ago and pretty much started it across the province. So we're glad that you did that. I wanted to ask you, what are you better at, a talk show host or being a politician? I think you were a really good talk show host, which is why I was really wondering why you wanted to get into this.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, because it's a hard job. It's really hard, and you give up a lot of family time, and my son is 9.5. But, you know, for me, it's really the chance to make a difference. That's why everybody who decides to get into politics, from whatever side, right, does it. They want to make a difference in people's lives. And one of the reasons I started Pink Shirt Day at CKNW in BC was because I felt like it was a way to make a difference in people's lives. So, you know, when people came to me and said, gee, Christy, we think you should think about running for premier, I thought, well, you know what? I've missed the ability to really make a difference in people's lives. Being at CKNW was great, but it's a smaller difference, I think, than being in politics, and that was ultimately what made me decide to get back in.
What do you think? Oh, I just blew the question right out of my head. That you were talking about before. That is, I mean, you quit politics how many years ago now?
5.
5 years ago to take care of your son, Hamish, who was obviously then 3 or 4 at the time. He's 9.5 now. This is going to take even more time away from him.
Yes, it will. It will. But you know what, though? I've worked there before. I know what I was deputy premier and vice chair of Treasury Board and Minister of Education. So I know how hard the job is. I know how much time it takes. But also as a premier, I'm going to let cabinet ministers and caucus members actually do their jobs. That's part of the change I want to bring.
As compared to who?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, we all have different management styles. Mine is more of an inclusive style for people. And if you're not trying to do people's jobs all the time, it doesn't take as much time. But remember, though, too, my son is now almost 10.
Right.
He's at the hockey rink 4 days a week. He's at school every day. He's in chess club. He plays baseball and soccer. I mean, the time that it's not like he's an infant anymore and I get to spend every minute of the day with him.
Okay, I have to ask you this because I have asked every candidate and so far they have played along, Christy. So come on, the vote on Saturday after the first ballot, remove the person who will not survive the first ballot. Just remove him or her.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play. You know why, Randine? It's because we have 95,000 members of the party who'll be making this decision. And this vote is their vote. And when we get to Saturday, they're going to make their decision, and I don't want to presume what decision that's going to make. I just hope that all the people that think that I would bring change to the province will get out and vote for me.
All right. We're out of time. We're out of time. We're out of time.
Troublemaker.
Squire will have more with Christy tonight. Thank you for coming in, Christy.
Nice to see you.
All right, final look at our weather forecast, Wesla.